Hello and good evening. Palm Springs Stadium, George Hathaway alongside with me on the broadcast, Marshall Garvey. As a Power, they host the Pioneer Town Bootleggers. Coming into this ball game, Power 15-2 overall. These teams last played on June 21st, where the Power got the 8-6 victory over the Bootleggers.
Tonight is an exciting game, and I'm particularly interested in seeing how Garrett Maloney performs. Maloney so far has pitched 4 games on the year, one of them a start. He's got a win to his credit, 19 strikeouts against just 5 walks, but his ERA a bit north of 4, and that's because his first start against the East LA Dodgers, he got roughed up pretty badly, although, as you remember that game, the Power rallied back for an incredible victory. So let's see how Maloney fares tonight. I got a feeling he's going to do really well.
Yes, he will be on the mound to start things off. It will be Efrain Manzo over on third, Nelson Padilla on short, Harrison Pontoli on second, Anthony Angel Jr. at first, Tyler Richardson behind the plate catching for Maloney, Josh Hernandez in left field, Torrey Sweet in center, and Emmanuel Dean in right. That's going to be who's in the field for the Power to start things off.
And a stupendous evening here. Palm Springs Stadium. We got a very substantive breeze just rippling through here. It's blown that mist into the booth. A few shadows in the infield. Still a lot of sunlight in the outfield. Perfect time to play ball.
As we get set here for the first pitch, it's going to be Sebastian Moore leading things off for the Bootleggers over in the left-hand batter's box. As that's going to be fouled away quickly, 0-1 the count.
Sebastian Moore batting .333 coming into this season. Into this game, pardon. He has 5 RBIs, 2 of which came in his last game.
As that is going to be chopped foul. As Maloney and Angel both going at the ball there. So the count is now 0-2 for Moore. So 0-2 is the count for the leadoff lefty Sebastian Moore for the Pioneer Town Bootleggers. Last time these two teams played, the Power got the 8-6 victory. Fastball upstairs, 1-2 the count. Here's the 1-2 from Maloney. Outside, going to get away from the glove of Richardson. Count is now knotted up, 2-2. As that's going to be fouled away again from Moore. Count is still 2-2. 84 mile per hour fastball upstairs there from Garrett Maloney.
Maloney's 84 to 88 generally on the fastball. Also has a breaking pitch he likes to call a slurve.
Going to be hard chop over to Anthony Angel Jr. at first, and that's going to be the first out. So long at bat there for Sebastian Moore, as he's going to ground out to Anthony Angel Jr. playing over at first base for the Palm Springs Power. So Cade Goki stepping in the batter's box, another lefty for the Pioneer Town Bootleggers with 1 out, nobody on. Top of the first inning, there's a pitch there from Maloney outside. 1-0 the count. Goki playing over on second base this evening. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-0 the count.
Cade Goki, a freshman out of Northern Oklahoma College, Enid. Comes into today, batting just 138. Still in search of that RBI. First RBI of the year.
Big swing and miss there from Goki. 88 mile per hour fastball there. 2-1 the count. Big another swing and miss. Count is now 2-2. Breaking ball there.
Seeing that breaking ball we mentioned, that slurve, as he likes to call it.
Count is now full. One out, nobody on. Here's a 3-2. As that's going to be chopped up over to Padilla at short off the 2-hop. Over to Angel, who's going to extend for out number 2. 2 quick outs here, top of the first inning. Xander Bretza, the righty, playing over at third for the Bootleggers. So 2 outs, nobody on here for him. Maloney's pitch there, going to be down low, 1-0. Maloney has 19 strikeouts on the season for him. There's that pitch upstairs, 2-0 the count for Xander Bretza, third baseman.
Xander Bretza, hard-hitting freshman out of UNLV.
This fastball going to get inside, 2-1 the count.
Cat hitting a mighty .393 coming into today. He's got 7 runs batted in.
Fastball upstairs, count is 2-2. All 3 of these batters have faced the count 2-2, both ground outs. As Bretza going to chop that one, that's going to be a blooper right into left center for a base hit, which brings up the cleanup hitter Kai Pagan. So 2 outs, 1 runner on. It's the cleanup hitter Kai Pagan at the plate. He's over in right field this evening for Pioneer Town Bootleggers. Here's the pitch from Maloney. Yeah, that's going to be a cracked bat. Up over to Maloney. Going to bobble it. The throw over to Anthony Angel Jr. is there for out number 3. Bretza the only runner to get on base. Only hit of the ball game thus far. So 4 batters for Garrett Maloney. 3 ground outs and 1 hit, which now brings us to the bottom of the first inning. Torrey Sweet, Harrison Pontoli, Joey Mazzetti. Nobody's scored yet. Bottom of the first inning when we return. Here we are set. Bottom of the first inning. George Hathaway alongside Marshall Garvey here on the call. Torrey Sweet leading things off for the Power. It's going to be Sweet, Pontoli, Mazzetti. The 3 due up next for the Power. So it's going to be Leighton Helleberg on the mound. Start things off for the Bootleggers. Swan going to be behind the plate catching. There's the pitch from Helleberg, fouled back, 0-1 the count for Torrey Sweet. Playing over in center field this evening for the Power. Power beat the Bootleggers on June 21st with the score 8-6. And it's breaking ball there from Helleberg, 1-1.
Torrey Sweet, ever since his explosive debut against the Inland Valley Bucks back on the 17th, established himself as the go-to leadoff man, batting .355 coming into today.
That pitch is going to get inside. 1-2 the count for the leadoff man, Torrey Sweet.
7 runs batted in, 8 stolen bases.
Here's a 1-2 from Helleberg. Upstairs fastball, 2-2 the count. Nobody scored yet. Bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Sweet, Pontoli, Mazzetti. 3 due up. Here's a 2-2. As that's going to be popped up over to Goki for out number 1. So 1 out, Harrison Pontoli. He's stepping in the batter's box. Second baseman for the Power this evening. The big lefty for Palm Springs. 1 out, nobody on. Nobody scored yet in the ball game either. Power looking to strike first.
Pontoli batting .429 coming in today. Well, he doesn't have a hit or a run batted in a few games.
As that's going to be down in the dirt.
Pontoli, the master of the BB, base on balls. He has 11 walks coming into today. Imperative for him to get on here, but you always feel like it's only a matter of time for the Power explode offensively.
Another pitch in the dirt. Gonna say the Pontoli did go in the check swing, so count is 1-1 with 1 out, nobody on. Joey Mazzetti on deck for the Power. Helleberg gets set, looks at Swan, giving him the signs. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Helleberg delivers. That's going to be cracked up over into foul territory. So count is going to be 1-2 for Pontoli. Power looking to get on base here, bottom of the first. Pontoli at the plate. Helleberg delivers the 1-2. That's going to be ripped up. Good stop there from Beckley. And the throw over to Helleberg is dropped, so that's going to be a base hit there for Harrison Pontoli.
Just like you said, whatever way, Pontoli just had to get on base. And now we can see this Power offense get in motion. And who better to get it going? Joey Mazzetti, number 10.
Joey Mazzetti leads the team in RBIs on the season. So that will go down as an error on Helleberg. So Pontoli advances the first off the error there.
Interesting, usually used to seeing Mazzetti more in the cleanup spot. He's batting third tonight.
As that's going to get away from Swan, he couldn't find it. Pontoli going to trot his way over to second. Off the wild pitch there from Helleberg, who's on the mound. Start things off for the Bootleggers this evening. So it's going to be a 1-0 count for Joey Mazzetti, runner in scoring position. Like I mentioned, he leads the team in RBIs on the season. Helleberg gets set on the mound. Looks back over to Pontoli on second. Pitch going to be down low. 2-0 the count. So Mazzetti, 18 RBIs on the season. So go along with 16 hits. 2-0 count, 91 mile per hour fastball in the dirt from Helleberg just a moment ago. Here's the pitch. That one can be top half of the strike zone, 2-1 the count. Mazzetti batting .390 with a .537 on base percentage. Batting in that 3 spot for the Power. So Manuel Dean will be on deck. Here's a 2-1 from Helleberg. Another pitch down low. 3-1.
Additionally, switch with count 3-1. Mazzetti has 12 walks coming into today. Just knows how to get on base, period. A chance to produce and vindicate his move up in the lineup right here.
Here's a 3-1. That's going to be a fastball right down Main Street. Count is now full for Joey Mazzetti, designated hitter this evening for the Power.
Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands.
3-2's the count. Here's a kick and deal as that's to be swung on and missed. So Mazzetti going to go down swinging. First strikeout of the ball game. Which brings up Emmanuel Dean with 2 outs and Pontoli in scoring position. Emmanuel Dean batting .391. He has 9 hits on the season, 11 RBIs. Pontoli, sizable lead over on second. Here's a pitch from Helleberg. Painting the outside of the strike zone there, 1-0 the count.
Emmanuel Dean with 11 RBIs coming in today. Quick to earn that cleanup spot. It's been an absolute thrill to watch since his debut on the 18th against the Inland Valley Pirates.
Here's a 1-0. Top of the strike zone, gets inside, 1-1 the count. 91-mile-per-hour fastball there from Helleberg. As Helleberg going to step off the mound. So Pontoli going to go back to second. Goecki over on second base, covering over.
They got to hand it to Helleberg. He is unafraid to challenge these mighty power hitters. Mostly sticking with that fastball. It's been taken up as high as 92 so far.
Here's a 1-1. Going to be fouled back from Dean, 1-2 the count. High fastball there from Helleberg. As Emmanuel Dean gonna foul that one back. He's playing over in right field this evening for the Power. Sun slowly starting to set behind the mountains here to our left. Beautiful evening, a little windy here in Palm Springs, California.
Yeah, it's a bit windier than usual at this time of day.
1-2, curveball there. That's going to get Dean looking. Leaves Pontoli, the lone runner, on for the Power in scoring position. We go to the top of the second inning. As we Nathan Beckley, Connor Smith, Ryan Pruitt, the 3 due up next for the Pioneertown Bootleggers when we return. Nobody scored yet. Stick with us when we return. Here we are set, top of the second inning. Nathan Beckley leading things off for the Pioneertown Bootleggers. Nobody's scored yet. Beckley, the lefty. As that's going to be ripped right up to Padilla, and that's going to get away from him. Took an awkward bounce off the glove. As that's going to go down as an error there on Padilla.
And that will be Padilla's third error on the season so far.
So both teams have recorded an error here in the ball game. Top of the second inning, George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. Maloney's pitch, going to be a breaking ball right inside 0-1.
Connor Smith. Big man, 6'3", 205 out of Alpha Charter. Batting .250 coming into today. 2 runs batted in.
As that's going to be foul tipped and caught from Tyler Richardson. So Smith down in the count 0-2 against Garrett Maloney. On the mound for the second inning for the Power.
And a brilliant first inning.
Fastball up high, 1-2.
Got great velocity on all his pitches. That slur we talked about is topping out around 77.
Gonna be chopped up over. Chance for 2 here, and they're able to convert. Manzo to Pontoli to Angel. 5-4-3 double play. So 2 quick outs here. On top of the second inning as Ryan Pruitt is stepping into the batter's box now for the Bootleggers. Breaking ball up high that just did not break, 1-0.
Ryan Pruitt, freshman representing Bethesda University. Batting .333 coming into today with 5 runs batted in.
So 1-2 is the count for Ryan Pruitt.
That fastball slurve combo working brilliantly. They're set down and away again.
So that's going to be chopped up. Hernandez gets underneath that. 1-2-3 inning to retire. The top of the second as we move to the bottom half of the inning. It's going to be Efrain Manzo, Anthony Angel Jr., Josh Hernandez. 3 due up next for the Palm Springs Power when we rescore. Both teams are scoreless. Power looking to strike first in the bottom of the second inning when we return. Here we are, set. Bottom of the second inning. Efren Manzo stepping in the batter's box for the Palm Springs Power. Going to lead things off here. Still scoreless. As we go to the bottom half of the second inning, Power looking to strike first. Breaking ball there. Manzo swung at it. 0-1. Helleberg, he's on the mound for the second inning.
Santa Clara University sophomore. Batting 250 coming into today. He's played 4 games so far.
Hard hit ball up into the air. Pruitt chasing at the warning track, and he's going to drop the ball there. Manzo, he's going 3. And he's safe.
He's safe! How about that? What gumption from Manzo. I thought he was dead to rights on that throw.
And you can see one of the managers for the Power, Don Bray, trying to hold up Manzo at second, but he kept going, turned the wheels. As that's going to be a base hit, a triple for Efrain Manzo.
How about that?
So Anthony Angel Jr. with a runner 90 feet away from home. Helleberg, that first pitch inside. 0-1 the count to the first baseman, Anthony Angel Jr.
Anthony Angel Jr. out of Cal State, Los Angeles.
Swung on the fastball there, 90 miles per hour on the dot. So 0-2 is the count, no outs. With Manzo over on third in scoring position. Josh Hernandez on deck for the Power. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be chopped up over. Goki over, but however, Efrain Manzo going to come in to score. Power now lead 1-0 in the ball game. With 1 out brings us to Josh Hernandez.
Anthony Angel's 10th run batted in on the year.
So it's going to be the left fielder, Josh Hernandez, at the plate. The lefty for Palm Springs. Pitch going to be down low. Want to know the count. Power lead 1-0. They get on board first with 1 out, nobody on. Hernandez going to pop that one up in the shallow left field, and Pruitt with a diving attempt, unable to get underneath it, so that's going to be a base hit there for Josh Hernandez, which brings us to Nelson Padilla batting in that 8th spot for the Power.
A rough go of it for Pruitt. 2 really good efforts. Those are just 2 spectacularly hit balls at different parts of the outfield.
1 out, 1 runner on for the Power, who lead 1-0 over the Pioneertown Bootleggers.
Nelson Padilla suiting up for his 7th game with the Power. 167 average this year, 4 runs batted in.
Here's a pitch there from Helleberg. That's going to get over the head of Padilla. He's going to duck down, which brings Josh Hernandez in scoring position in second after a wild pitch there. Fastball kind of lost control there from Helleberg. Goes over the head of Padilla at 90 miles an hour. So Hernandez in scoring position on second. Here's a 1-0. Breaking ball just up high. Count is 2-0 for Padilla. He's over at shortstop with 1 out. Helleberg looks back at second. Here's a 2-0. Another breaking ball upstairs. Padilla up in the count 3-0. As the Palm Springs Power, they lead 1-0 over the Pioneertown Bootleggers, and the Power beat the Bootleggers on June 21st, 8-6. Last time these two teams played. Here's a 3-0 from Helleberg. Fastball upstairs, ball number 4. So a 4-pitch walk for Padilla. He gets on base for the first time today in the bottom of the second inning, which brings us to Tyler Richardson with 1 out, 2 runners on. Quick little mound meeting here from Beckley, Swan, and Helleberg. We're going to talk things over briefly. He's a 9-hole hitter. The catcher, Tyler Richardson, gets set in the batter's box for the power.
The net catcher tonight, batting .244 coming into the season. And the backstop with Mazzetti. DH.
Popped right over into the glove of Schiffner. For out number 2, Padilla tags up safely back on second.
Now back to the power, the center fielder, number 45, Torrey Sweet.
A pitch, a 73 mile per hour curveball. Helleberg really relying more on the curveball so far. Topped out around 76.
So it's going to be Torrey Sweet, the leadoff hitter. And as we flip the page here, bottom of the second inning. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Hernandez in scoring position. Power ready lead 1-0. There's a high fastball, 1-0. 91 mile per hour fastball. Torrey Sweet leaning back on that. Helleberg still on the mound. Nobody warming up in either bullpen. Here's a 1-0 as that's going to be swung on and missed. Going to get away. Both runners are going to advance. Now Hernandez on third, Padilla on second. 2 runners in scoring position. So 1-1 is the count for Torrey Sweet, center fielder. He grounded out in his first plate appearance in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 1-1. And as we swung on and missed on the breaking ball there, Swan chasing it out. So 1-2 is the count.
Huge for Helleberg to get out of this jam, as we know. Power have been comeback kids on many nights, but you allow them to put up a sizable lead, say within the first 3 frames, that alone can put the game away.
So Helleberg gets set on the mound. One, 2 is the count to the leadoff hitter, Torrey Sweet. Here's a pitch from Helleberg, going to be downstairs, 2-2 the count.
I think curveball even more bite to it. 78 miles per hour. That's the highest velocity on his breaking ball so far.
Ooh, very close. Top of the strike zone, just barely getting it.
Really?
So it's going to be a full count for Torrey Sweet.
74 mile per hour curveball. Really could not have located that any better. Feels like a key pitch right here.
Full count. That's going to be upstairs. Bases now loaded for the Palm Springs Power. Torrey Sweet gets on base for the first time today. Brings us to Harrison Pontoli. He advanced off an error in the bottom of the first inning last time we saw him. Power lead 1-0 over the Bootleggers.
We see Pontoli get on base a lot. He only has 2 runs batted in this season. He has not had one since June 14th against the SoCal Halos. He could be due right here.
Fastball down low, 1-0 the count to Pontoli. He's playing over on second base for the Power this evening. 1-0 is the count. Helleberg, the righty, with bases loaded. Another pitch up and away. 2-0 the count for Pontoli.
It's 2-0. Dialing up that fastball in the upper 90s. Just great velocity on everything. Helleberg is locked in.
Another pitch way up high. The throw from Swan over the Brett's at third. Another 90-mile-per-hour fastball upstairs. 3-0 is the count for Pontoli.
So I know my colleague Evan Schmeiser had asked you to take here. I'd say you still want to take.
And that's
There
going to
you
be
go.
ball number 4. So 4-pitch walk. As Hernandez is going to come in to score. Power now lead 2-0. Padilla advancing over to third. Sweet on second. Pontoli on first. So back-to-back walks. As the Power now up 2-0. One of the managers, Kyle Shore, for the Bootleggers, talking things over with Helleberg and Swan. No action in the bullpen yet. 2 runs come in to score here in the bottom of the second inning.
Pontoli, the walk machine. That's his 12th free pass of the year. His patience continues to pay dividends. And who else would you want up with the bases loaded? And the RBI machine himself, Joey Mazzetti.
18 RBIs on the season. He's batting in that 3-hole spot for the Power. With 2 outs, bases loaded for Palm Springs as they're up 2-0.
And worth noting, all 4 of those pitches were from Helleberg were fastballs. I think he's got to go back to his breaking stuff here. Looks like they're set low and away.
Pitch there. Inside and upstairs, so it's going to be 1-0 count for Mazzetti. He struck out swinging his last plate appearance. Looking to add on to his team high 18 RBIs on the season. Here's the 1-0. Another fastball upstairs. 2-0 is the count for Joey Mazzetti. That designated hitter for the Power has been able to do it all. Saw him catching last night. Can pitch, play in the field. So a man of different talents. Here's a 2-0. As that is going to be inside for strike 1. 2-1 is the count.
Mixing it up a bit more in this at bat.
Here's a 2-1 from Helleberg. As Mazzetti going to swing on a miss on the inside fastball, 2-2.
Beautiful pitch there. This feels like a key at bat right here. As I've said, he's let the Power establish a sizable lead within the first 3 or 4 frames. That's generally enough to put the game out of reach.
So Power up 2-0 here, bottom of the second inning. Mazzetti going to chop it right into the glove of Helleberg. He's going to walk it over. Very close, and it is going to be out number 3. So leaves bases loaded.
Looks like John Lester hesitating to throw to first there, but he gets the out. Still.
So the Power lead 2-0 as we now go top of the third inning. Tyler Swan, Braden Schiffner, and Sebastian Moore, the 3 due up next. Power lead 2-0 when we return. Here we are set. Top of the third inning. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. Thank you for tuning in this beautiful evening live from Palm Springs Stadium. As the Palm Springs Power lead 2-0 over the Pioneertown Bootleggers. This will be the catcher, Tyler Swan, leading things off. Right-hand batter's box. So here's a pitch from Maloney. Going to be fouled off. 0-1 the count.
Now Maloney staked to a 2-0 lead. Great start so far, though. Tyler Swan will be a challenge. 292 average, 12 RBIs coming into today.
Slow roller up to Padilla at short for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out.
The shortstop, number 15, Braden Schiffner.
This will be Braden Schiffner. Now batting for the Bootleggers after Swan grounded out. So 1 out here on top of the third inning. That's going to be chopped up over to Manzo at third. The throw to Anthony Angel Jr. in time for out number 2. So back to back, 1 pitch, swinging outs for the Bootleggers, which brings us to the top of the order with Sebastian Moore.
Sebastian Moore.
One more out, and Maloney will have surpassed his only other start of the year, in which he lasted just 2.2 innings against the Dodgers. That one's low for ball 1.
Popped up into the air. Pontoli finds out it was a mile high up in the air. So back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. Brings us now bottom of the third inning. So just like that, the Power are set to bat once again. Bottom of the third inning. Emmanuel Dean, Efrain Manzo, Anthony Angel Jr. 3 due up next when we return. The Power lead 2-0 over the Bootleggers. Here we are set bottom of the third inning. Power lead 2-0 after back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. This will be Angel Chavez pitching for the Bootleggers. First batter he's going to face is Emmanuel Dean.
Angel Chavez
0-1 count there for Dean.
Actually, it was low. It's 1-0.
Oh, excuse me, 1-0 the count. That was a little bit outside there from Chavez. Looked like it was a good pitch.
It definitely did.
As here's a 1-0, as that's going to be now 1-1 the count. Is Dean going to swing and miss on the fastball outside? So it's going to be Dean, Manzo, Angel.
Angel Chavez coming in today. Pretty limited sample size. Just 3 innings of work. 1 strikeout. 2 earned runs surrendered.
As here's a 1-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed for Dean as the count is now 1-2.
Ah, very good pitch. Velocity not too overpowering. That changeup at just 66 miles per hour. His highest fastball so far, just 70. Good control nonetheless.
Just outside. Count now stands 2-2. Chavez, first batter he's facing is Emmanuel Dean, who struck out looking his last plate appearance in the bottom of the first inning. There's a pitch that's going to be cracked up, going to get by Beckley for a base hit for Emmanuel Dean. Leadoff hitter gets aboard for the power with Efren Manzo. Going to be batting here in the bottom of the third inning.
And the last time we saw Manzo, that stand-up triple that he slugged all the way out to left field. Well, it looked like it was going to clear the fence for a split second. Blew through Coach Don Bray's stop sign and managed to get in ahead of a throw that looked to arrive just around the same time. I get the feeling that power offense really starting to warm up.
So no outs, 1 runner on. That's Dean over on first. Is that pitch going to get inside? 0-1. So Manzo had that triple in the bottom of the second inning. So that kind of helped out leading things off for the power in that inning as they're now up 2-0 over the Bootleggers. Check back over. Dean safe on first.
Dean 4 for 4, and there he goes. Can he be 5 for 5 on stolen bases? No. Oh, he's
And
in.
he's going to be safe.
Close play. Look,
So Dean gets underneath the tag. That's going to be a stolen base for Emmanuel Dean.
as I was just announcing it, he was previously 4. Now he's 5 for 5 in the year on stolen base attempts. And Chavez is going to call him out in conference.
So Swan going to talk things over with Angel Chavez on the mound. It's going to be a 1-1 count for Efren Manzo with Anthony Angel Jr. on deck. No outs. Power lead 2-0 here. Bottom of the third inning. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call on this Tuesday evening here at Palm Springs Stadium. A little bit of wind going left to right as Chavez looks back over. Dean on second. There goes Dean. That pitch is going to be downstairs. So make that 6 for 6 on the season for Emmanuel Dean, as the count is 2-1 to Manzo, the third baseman.
And still nobody out.
Here's a 2-1. Upstairs, hitters count 3-1 for Efren Manzo. So Anthony Angel Jr. waiting patiently in the on-deck circle. 71-mile-per-hour breaking ball up high. Dean 90 feet away from home as that pitch is going to be down in the dirt. Ball number 4. So Manzo getting his free base there. Puts runners on the corners with Anthony Angel Jr. stepping in the batter's box now for the Palm Springs Power. He grounded out in the bottom of the second inning. His first plate appearance of the day.
The first baseman of the 15, Anthony Angel Jr.
As he looks to get double digits for RBIs on the season with Emmanuel Dean on third base.
As mentioned earlier, velocity not too overpowering for Angel Chavez so far. I think this could be a prime inning for the Power to really blow this game wide open.
So that's going to be chopped foul, 0-1 the count.
And that's 4 straight fastballs from Chavez, all of them clocking in at just 71 miles per hour.
So no outs, 2 runners on. Josh Hernandez, he's on deck. As that's going to get away there from Beckley. And Emmanuel Dean comes in to score for the Power. And they now lead 3-0 here in the ball game in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Second error of the game for the Bootleggers.
So 2 stolen bases for Emmanuel Dean. And the error, he comes in to score. It's 3-0. As Anthony Angel Jr. going to swing on and miss on the breaking ball there. 0-2 the count. Efren Manzo over on second in scoring position. As the Power looking to extend their lead here with no outs. Hernandez on deck. Here's the 0-2, hard hit ball, popped up into the air. Anthony Angel Jr., shallow left field. Pruitt gets underneath that for out number 1.
A huge out.
Now batting for the Power, the left fielder, number 1, Josh Hernandez.
So Hernandez stepping into the left-hand batter's box. He had a base hit, scored a run in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So 1 out with Manzo on second, scoring position. Pitch going to be in the dirt. And Swan able to corral it in front of him. 1-0 is the count for Hernandez. Here's the 1-0 from Chavez. That pitch inside. Cracked foul. Late hit there from Hernandez. 1-1 the count.
Chavez on the face. One of the biggest producers of the Power lineup. His first inning of work here. Sitting on that fastball. Low 70s.
Is Hernandez going to crack it up? Beckley. Nobody covering over on first. As that puts runners on the corners now. Base hit there for Josh Hernandez. 2 for 2 on the day. Now with Manzo on third, 90 feet away from home. Power lead 3-0. It's going to be the shortstop, Nelson Padilla. He was walked in his only at-bat of the day in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Now got another defensive miscue on the day for the Bootleggers.
So 2 hits in this inning, 1 walk. Brings us to Nelson Padilla. Dean came in to score. With Manzo now on third, Hernandez on first.
Infield set for potential inning-ending double play. Normal depth for the outfield.
Pitch from Chavez upstairs, 1-1 the count. 1 out, 2 runners on for the Power. So with Padilla at the plate, Tyler Richardson's on deck. Pitch upstairs, 2-1 the count for the shortstop.
One of those. That fastball at just 69.
That pitch there from Angel Chavez outside. Hitters count 3-1 for Padilla. As the Power looking to add on to their 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Chavez gets set. Here's a 3-1 down and away. Base is now loaded for the Palm Springs Power after a walk there from Padilla. 2 walks for him on the day. brings up Tyler Richardson with 1 out. Richardson 0 for 1 on the day. He lined out over the Schiffner at short. As he's looking to bring in a few runs here, possibly with a base hit for the catcher.
Philip, Keith had mentioned earlier, Richardson has not had a run batted in since the 14th, which is against the SoCal Halos. He is definitely due.
So 1-0 the count.
Fastball ticking up a bit more on the 72-73, but Chavez just really unable to locate. Steady. These power hitters are patient. They know how to take.
As we chop foul 1-1, so it's going to be Padilla on first, Hernandez on second, Manzo on third. Puts bases loaded with 1 out for the Palm Springs Power. We have a 3-0 lead here, bottom of the third. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call.
That curveball on that last pitch trickling it at just 57.
Here's a 1-1 hard hit ball. That's going to be lined over to left field. Going to drop for a base hit for Richardson. As Manzo comes in to score, and so does Hernandez. So 2-run double for Tyler Richardson. That puts the Power up 5-0 here. Top of the order, Torrey Sweet stepping the batter's box now.
Sure enough, Richardson finally breaks through for the first time in weeks. As the Power just patiently waiting on each pitch and finally found the best pitch to sit on. And it looks like they're starting to run away with this in the early goings.
A little bit of action getting brewed in the bullpen of the Bootleggers to our right. 1-0 the count. Torrey Sweet 0 for 1 on the day, excuse me. Grounded out in the first, had a walk in the second, looking to get his first base hit. Here's a 1-0. Going to be hit up over in the right field. And that's going to drop for a base hit, getting by Pagan. As here comes 2 runs. Richardson comes in to score. So does Padilla. And now the Power, they are up 7-0. Back-to-back 2-run doubles for the Palm Springs Power here in the inning.
They just kept waiting. Now they're finally teeing off. We've seen everything from them. We've seen patient at-bats, good takes, hard hit balls. You're seeing the Power at full display, full potential in this inning.
So they're up 7-0, bottom of the third inning. Chavez on the mound for the Bootleggers.
Velocity 78 miles per hour on that hit from Sweet. Jumped on a flat 58 mile per hour curveball for that double. Chavez dialing it up to 74 on that fastball.
So it's Harrison Pontoli at the plate, the lefty for the Power, 1-0 the count to him. With only 1 out here in the inning. Joey Mazzetti on deck with 1 runner on. That's Torrey Sweet who had the double. As there goes Sweet over to third. And he's called safe there. Gets around the tag.
A lot of bold base running from the Power today. That was a close one.
3-0 the count for Pontoli. He advanced off an error in the first inning, walked in the second. Here we are in the bottom of the third. Here's a 3-0. That pitch, breaking ball, going to get inside. 3-1 the count. Pontoli's still up. Chavez gets set. There's a pitch. Popped up high into the air. Moore tracking it out in center. And there goes Torrey Sweet to tag up over at home. And he's going to walk in standing up. 6-run score now in the inning for the Power. And they lead 8-0.
What an explosion. One of the most explosive innings. And of course, as the line keeps moving, we've got to see what Joey Mazzetti will make of it as he arrives to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on.
So Joey Mazzetti, he's at the plate, 2 outs, nobody on. With 2 outs. He's 0 for 2 on the day, struck out swinging, grounded out in the second. So here's a pitch there from Chavez, a little bit of chin music, 1 out, 1-0 count. Mazzetti gonna crack that one up over to Bretza. And that's gonna be out number 3. Gonna retire the sign 5-3. Write that down in the books for those keeping score at home. Power, they score 6 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They lead 8-0. Top of the 4th inning. It's be Goki, Bretza, Pagan. The 3 due up next when we return. Here we are, set top of the 4th inning. Power lead 8-0 over the Bootleggers. Garrett Maloney still on the mound for the Power. As that pitch there from Maloney, fastball going to get right by.
Kate Goki at the plate. Now Maloney can really settle in. He's got a yawning 8-0 lead. Nope.
Chop back over to Maloney. Hard hit ball lined right back to him, kind of bounced out of the glove. So it's going to be 1 out already. So Garrett Maloney allowed 1 hit in the top of the 1st inning. Since then, nobody's gotten on base. Here we are, top of the 4th, with Xander Bretza. Stepping into the batter's box, he's the only Bootlegger to get on base with a hit. Matter of fact, he's 1-2 to get on base as Beckley advanced off an error. So here's a 1-0 from Maloney. Line back, heads up there in the Bootleggers dugout. So 1-1 the count for Xander Bretza. He's playing over at 3rd base, the hot corner. So the count is going to be 2-1. Bretza had a base hit. There's a pitch there. Fastball inside. 2-2 the count for Xander Bretza. So 1 out, nobody on. Bootleggers had back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. That's grounded up over to Pontoli at 2nd. The throw over to Anthony Angel Jr. in time for out number 2. So 2 outs brings us to Kai Pagan. He's playing over in right field. He grounded out in the top of the 1st inning. 0 for 1 on the day.
Maloney just in cruise control. Fastball, 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 then finishes off with a slurve.
That pitch inside, 0-1 the count to Pagan.
It'll be interesting to see how long Maloney will go in this game. And he's already surpassed his previous start. Longest outing was in relief against the SoCal Halos when he went 5 innings and 18-6 victory.
Here's the 0-2 from Maloney. That's going to be grounded Padilla, 2 hops, throw over to Angel at first, and that's going to be another 1, 2, 3 inning. Bootleggers haven't gotten on base since the 2nd inning. That's going to retire the side. Bottom of the 4th. Due up next when we return at Power. They are up 8-0. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. We'll be back in just a few moments. Here we are, bottom of the 4th inning. Deshaun Thomas going to be batting now for the Power. As they're up 8-0 over the Bootleggers here, bottom of the 4th. That pitch there from Nick Rivas. Inside, breaking ball, strike 1.
Nick Rivas going to try and establish a clean frame after Angel Chavez got torched for 6 innings in the bottom, or 6 runs, I should say, in the bottom of the 3rd.
So 1-1 the count is Nick Rivas. So Deshaun Thomas will be batting for Emmanuel Dean. Dean went 1 for 2 on the day with a base hit coming in the 3rd inning, scored a run, 2 stolen bases. So 1-1 the count for Thomas. That pitch there swung on and missed 1-2.
Sean Thomas jumping on that. He's looking for his first hit of the season. One of the freshest faces in the Power lineup. He's played in a couple games so far this year.
So that pitch there from Rivas outside 2-2.
He has 8 trips to the plate so far this year. Again, no hits, but did get on base with a walk in his first game.
So 6 hits for the Power and 8 runs. As that's going to be fouled off. Still 2-2 the count. A little late of a swing there from Deshaun Thomas. Breaking ball down low. That's going to be ball number 4. So Deshaun Thomas, his first at bat, he gets on base. Quick mound meeting now.
Curveball for ball 4 coming in at just 65 miles per hour.
So Efren Manzo at the plate. Here's the pitch from Rebus. Fastball upstairs, 1-0 the count. Efren Manzo, 1 for 1 on the day. As that's going to be hard hit. Ball lined up over to right field. Thomas, he's going to third. They're going to slide. As they're going to give Thomas there the base. So now the Power lead 9-0 as the throw there got away. So it was a stand-up double, but off the error, Efren Manzo gets over to third.
The third error on the day for the Bootleggers. Has been a brutal day in the field.
Pitching for the Power, number 49, Connor Olson.
Now another new face for Power lineup. Pinch hitting is Connor Olson.
As he'll be pinch hitting for Anthony Angel Jr., who's 0 for 2 on the day. 0-1 the count for Olson with Rebus. Excuse me, Levi Hall. There's a pitch there, upstairs, 1-1.
Connor Olson, 333 average, 7 runs batted in coming into today. Of course, can't forget his electric debut against the Bucks, in which he managed 5 of those RBIs came in that game alone.
As Hall going to ground that one up through, and that's going to get through the glove of Schiffner. Coming in to score, Efren Manzo. The Power now lead 10-0 in the ball game.
And the 4th error of the day. And that one the toughest. That by far the most as routine of ground balls you could have. It just got under his glove.
So Josh Hernandez, he's going to stay in the same spot after Levi Hall got on base through an error. Power now lead 10-0 in the ball game. Pitch there from Rebus, breaking ball down low, 1-0. So Hernandez, he's 2 for 2 on the day, 2 base hits, 2 runs scored. Pitch upstairs, 2-0 for him.
Oh, correction, sorry, it was Levi Hall, not Olson getting on base.
He's wearing the number of Connor Olson today. As here's a 2-0 from Rebus. Fouled back, 2-1.
Power scored every inning so far except for the first.
As that's popped up high into the air over into left center for out number 1. Levi Hall going to stay where he is as Pruitt gets underneath that one for the first out.
Now batting for the Power, the shortstop, number 16.
So Nelson Padilla is going to be batting. So Padilla, he has not recorded a hit today in the ball game. 2 walks and a scored run. So it'll be 1-0 count for the shortstop Nelson Padilla. With 1 out, Hall over on first. Here's a pitch from Rebus. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-0 the count. So Padilla's walked twice in the ball game. And swung on and missed on the high fastball there. 2-1 is the count. So 1 out, Hall on first. Power lead 10-0 over the Pioneertown Bootleggers. They've scored 2 runs in this inning already. So that pitch upstairs, 3-1. Manzo and Thomas come in to score for the Power. Here's a 3-1 from Rivas. High fastball upstairs, 3-2 the count. Padilla count is now full, Marshall. Do you give him the green light here?
I'd say you do. I mean, you're ahead 10-0. What have you got to lose? It's a hittable fastball too. It's topping out around mid-70s.
That's going to be fouled away. 3-2 the count still stands full.
10 straight fastballs for Rivas.
One out, 1 runner on. As that's going to be fouled away. Hall was attempting to go steal second. Has to move on back. So count's still full for Nelson Padilla, who's walked twice in the ball game. Power lead 10-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 7 hits for the Power as well in this ball game. One of them coming in this inning. A double from Efren Manzo. Here's a 3-2 from Rivas. Popped up into the air. Shallow center field. Moore chasing it out, and it's going to drop for a base hit for Nelson Padilla. His first hit of the day.
That one was just in no man's land.
So Tyler Richardson, the 9-hole hitter. So 7, 8, 9 stayed the same. Tyler Richardson, he's 1 for 2 on the day. Had a base hit, a double, scored a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And he also lined out over to Schiffner at shortstop. With 1 out, 2 runners on, here's the pitch from Rivas. Fastball upstairs, 1-0. So the bottom of the order with Richardson here at the plate, with Hall on second. Swung on and missed, 1-1 the count for the catcher. So Hall in scoring position, Padilla on first after a base hit from just a moment ago. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. Bottom of the 4th inning as you're watching the Power and Bootleggers go at it here in Palm Springs Stadium. Last time these two teams played, the Power beat the Bootleggers 8-6 on June 21st. Here's a 1-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed. So 1-2 the count now for Tyler Richardson. Two runners on. It's going to be Hall on second with Padilla on first. Nick Rivas gets set on the mound. Looks back over on second twice. Here's a kick. Popped up into the air right over our heads in the press box. Count still stands 1-2.
Remember to bring those foul balls to the third base concession stand to receive a free obstacle.
Richardson really keyed that big scoring in the bottom of the 3rd. See if he can keep it up here.
So 2-2 the count now for Richardson. 1 out, 2 runners on. A pitch there from Rivas down in the dirt. So count is now full for Tyler Richardson. Popped up into the air. That's going to drop for a base hit. So base is loaded now. So Richardson 2 for 3 on the day. Long at bat for him there. So bases loaded. Hall on third, Padilla second, Richardson on first. And it's going to bring us to the top of the order with Torrey Sweet.
Center fielder, number 45, Torrey Sweet.
He's 1 for 2 on the day. A double and a scored run in the third, walk in the second, ground out in the first.
Still nobody up. Bootleggers bullpen. I'm going to trust Rivas to kind of get out of this inning. We have Rivas eat up some innings.
With 1 out, bases loaded, that pitch way up high over the head of Torrey Sweet.
76-mile-per-hour fastball. Sweet, just able to jump up and get it.
So 1-0, here's the pitch from Rivas. Hard hit ball center field. That's traveling back there. Moore going to watch it go over his head to the wall. Here come the runners. Hall comes in to score. And so does Padilla as well. So 2 runs score for the Power here, which now puts them up 12-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So another double for Torrey Sweet brings in 2 runs.
A 65-mile-per-hour curveball from Rivas was gulfed for an 87-mile-per-hour hit that traveled 337 feet out to center. And that had the makings of a triple. You probably saw Sweet there overrunning second. The sign was on from Don Brady to hold up. So he'll have to settle for a double up the Power, just laying it on inning by inning.
So 1 out, 2 runners on. That's another hard hit ball. Harrison Pontoli, as that's going to get in the glove of Moore. And coming in to tag up for the Power, that's going to be Tyler Richardson. Now it's 13-0. So Sweet going to stay on second. So 2 outs now.
You're wondering what the high water mark is for the season. The run scored for the Power is 19.
There's a pitch there from Rivas outside. 1-0 the count.
19 runs they scored. Check on the
Pitch down low, 2-0 the count. So 2-0 is the count. Here's the pitch from Rivas. Breaking ball in the... Oh, that's going to get the bottom half of the strike zone there. 2-1 the count.
Number 9, Miles Rothbard.
looks like Miles Rothbard is the next pinch hitter. Just his second plate appearance of the season.
So 2 outs. As he's going to swing and miss there on the high fastball. Count is 2-2. Torrey Sweet on second in scoring position. So it is going to be Miles Rothbard at the plate, pinch hitting for Joey Mazzetti. Miles Rothbard listed as a pitcher on the Power lineup.
He's a relief ace. Again, this is just the second time he's been at the plate all season.
As he's going to make some contact there. Count still stands 2-2. And as a Power dugout cheering him on is, like you mentioned, Marshall, he doesn't really get too many plate appearances.
But just kind of has that feeling like we're seeing everything from the Power offensively. Why not have a relief pitcher pinch hit and contribute as well?
So pitch there way inside. Count is now full for Miles Rothbard. He's going to step out of the batter's box, readjust himself quickly.
Really?
As the Power dugout cheering him on here, they're hoping to see the relief pitcher get a hit.
And really, he's putting together a brilliant at-bat.
Power up 13-0 here, bottom of the fourth inning. They've scored 5 runs here. Here's the 3-2, swung on and missed. Rothbard goes down swinging for out number 3. And that's going to retire the side. Palm Springs Power, they are up 13-0 over the Pioneer Town Bootleggers. and they score 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Top of the 5th inning, due up next when we return. It's going to be Garrett Maloney's inning. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey, stick with us here. Top 5, due to return. Nathan Beckley set to lead things off here, top of the 5th inning. He's one of 2 Pioneer Town Bootleggers to get on base here in the ball game. He advanced off an error. The only error of the game for the Palm Springs Power is they're up 13-0, Marshall.
Man, a huge blowout, and kind of a surprise as that pitch is in there for a strike. Really got the feeling Garrett Maloney was going to go for the complete game, but he has been supplanted by the big lefty reliever Dom Moda, pitching in his 5th game of the year. Moda sends that one low, so it's 2-0. He's pitched, again, 4 games, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, and just 2 walks. He's a K machine. 3 ERA coming into today is...
So Phil DeMoss, he's on deck for the Bootleggers, as that's going to be fouled off. 2-1 the count for Nathan Beckley.
So Maloney will exit after 4 shutout innings. Brilliant start by him. Much better than his start against the East LA Dodgers. Didn't ask for more from him. Loaded with a slow curve and a heated fastball so far. A fastball coming in at 85.
Deshaun Thomas over in right field, Levi Hall over at first. Substitutions for the Power. As that it's over. Popped up to the glove of Moda, as that's going to be dropped by Hall. And for the second time today, Nathan Beckley advances off of an error.
Really, Moda couldn't have fielded that any better. It just popped out of the glove.
Phil Demas, the righty for the Bootleggers. So 2 errors on the day for the Power versus the 4 for the Bootleggers here in the ball game. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. Thank you for tuning in this beautiful Tuesday evening. That's a pitch there from Moda. Fastball swung on and missed from Demas, who's going to be pinch hitting for Connor Smith, who grounded out in a 5-4-3 double play.
Phil DeMoss, 357 average coming into today. 7 runs batted in.
Fastball out and away, 1-1 the count.
.85 and 87 the range on the fastball so far from Moda. A lot of pop to it.
Pitch from Moda. Top half of the strike zone for the fastball there, 1-2. Moda Moda gets set. The lefty looks back over on Beckley on first. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. And Dimas goes down swinging. First strikeout of the day, Marshall, for any power pitcher.
Which is surprising. Again, Maloney's got through with great control, great efficiency, a lot of ground balls and soft pop-outs. Moda's a strikeout machine, so you can expect a lot from this from him.
So Brant Cook pinch hitting for Ryan Pruitt, who flew out over to Hernandez in left field. There's a pitch there from Moda. Going to get away from Richardson, however, it's inside for strike one. So 0-1 the count for Brant Cook. First time we're seeing him today in the ball game. One out, one runner on. Moda looking over at first. Here's a pitch. Going to be fouled off. 0-2 the count for Cook. So Beckley, he got on base twice, both times off an error. As here's the 0-2 from Moda. Going to be chopped up over to Manzo. Chance for a double play, and they're unable to do so. Off the fielder's choice there. So Cook is going to be safe on first. However, Beckley is going to be out with 2 outs.
The last time these teams met, Power won 8-6. The Bootleggers able to put up a big fight, decent fight in that game, but just being absolutely thrashed here tonight. See if they can get on the board here.
With 2 outs, here's a pitch from Moda. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Braden Schiffner, he's on deck. Here's a 1-0 from Moda. Down low in the dirt. Count is 2-0. Manuel Lopez, he's pinch hitting for Tyler Swan.
All right, this is the swag bag.
Manuel Lopez, the catcher for the Bootleggers. Pitch there from Moda downstairs again. 3-0 the count.
Manuel Lopez, a freshman out of Benedictine University at Mesa. 6 foot, 180. A 250 average coming into today with a couple of runs batted into his credit.
It's a pitch that's going to get bottom corner of the strike zone, painting the black around home plate. 3-1 the count for Manuel Lopez. With Braden Schiffner on deck.
All mid to high 80s fastballs from Moda. And a couple curves. He's
3-1 swung on and missed. High pitch there again. Count is now full. Power lead 13-0 off of 10 hits here in the ball game, Marshall. Last time these two teams played, a little bit closer. Power got the 8-6 win over the Bootleggers June 21st.
Right.
Has to be fouled off. On the right field concourse, count still stands full with 2 outs. And Brant Cook, he's on first after the fielder's choice.
Let's see if Moda might go back to. He's only had a couple curveballs so far. I want to see if he goes back to the breaking stuff here. Looks like they are set.
Here's a 3-2. That's going to be hit up over to Pontoli at second for out number 3. So that's going to retire the side. 2 runners are able to get on base. However, with the ground out there and fielder's choice, it's going to be the bottom of the 5th inning for the Palm Springs Power. When we return, they're up 13-0. Stick with us here. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey on the call. Here we are set, bottom of the 5th inning. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. Power, they are up 13-0 over the Bootleggers. As it's going to be Deshaun Thomas leading things off for the Power here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He got on base in the bottom of the 4th, first time we saw him, and he walked and scored a run. So 1-0 count. Nick Rivas still on the mound. That's going to get inside 1-1 the count. Second inning, we're going to see Rivas give up 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. So after a scoreless first for the Power, they got 2 runs in the second, 6 runs in the third, and then 5 in the 4th, which puts them up 13-0. 2-1 the count to Deshaun Thomas. Playing over in right field, the 2-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed. It's going to be 2-2. So quick innings for the Power on the defensive side, and then very long, if you're a Bootleggers fan, very long innings. So here's a 2-2. Down in the dirt, going to get away from Lopez, so count is full 3-2.
Gus going back to the curveball there at 64 miles per hour. It skips away. Power just absolutely torn apart the Bootleggers bullpen today.
Thomas going to chop it up, throw to a glove of Rivas, who's going to bobble it, throw it over to Beckley for out number 1. So Efrain Manzo, for the 4th time we're going to see him today. He is 3 for 3 on the day. Had a triple in the second. And 3rd inning and a double in the 4th, advanced off an error to 3rd. And he scored all 3 times as well, Efrain Manzo. Here's a 1-0 from Rivas, up high 1-0. Excuse me, 2-0. Power lead 13-0 here, bottom of the 5th inning. Cracked bat, chopped up over to Schiffner, who's going to throw it over the head of Beckley. And Manzo going to stay where he is. Getting on base for the 4th time today.
The 5th error of the day for the Bootleggers and the 2nd for Schiffner. This has been...
So that brings up Levi Hall, who advanced off an error, scored a run in the 4th inning. So 5 errors on the day for the Bootleggers and 10 hits for the Power. 1 out, 1 runner on for Palm Springs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They're up 13-0. Breaking ball down low on the outer half, painting the black around home plate 1-0. Pitch there from Rivas, 2-0 the count.
Nice to see Levi with the power. He's been brilliant for the Colonials out this summer.
One of those guys who was brought up from the PSCL and into the Power roster. 3-0 the count. One out, 1 runner on. Here's a pitch from Rivas. Upstairs, ball number 4. And that's going to be a free base there for Levi Hall, who's gotten on base twice in the last 2 times. So Lopez is going to talk to Rivas.
Number 34, Maloney.
So the starting pitcher for the Palm Springs Power Garrett Maloney. He's going to be at bat now, Marshall.
And this is his first at-bat of the season.
Everybody's getting a shot here for the Powers. They're up 13-0. He's going to take that ball 1-0.
You sure are.
He's going to be pinch hitting for Josh Hernandez, who went 2 for 3 on the day with 2 base hits, 2 runs, and flew out over to Cook in left field in his last at bat in the 4th. Here's a 1-0. Maloney going to swing and miss 1-1 on the count. So Maloney, solid pitching though. Pitched 4 innings for the Power. Allowed 1 hit and no runs. Here's a 1-1. Popped up into the air, right center. Moore chasing it out and is able to squeeze onto the leather there for out number 2. So 2 outs brings us to Nelson Padilla. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Had a base hit in the 4th inning, scored a run. Was walked in the 3rd, scored a run there, and then was walked in the 2nd inning. So he's gone on base all 3 at-bats. Marshall, you predict he's going on base for the 4th time today?
I have a feeling he will.
So that's going to be chopped up. Over. That's going to get through for a base hit. Coming in to score, it's Levi Hall. Excuse me, Efrain Manzo. Coming in to score for the Powers. They're up 14-0. That advances Levi Hall the 3rd. And Padilla going to have an RBI base hit.
And more activity in the Bootleggers bullpen. 14-0. The Powers just continue to produce 1 through 9.
Good job, Good job, guys. Good job.
So swing and miss there from Richardson. 0-1 the count. So Tyler Richardson been productive since he lined out in the 2nd inning. Had a double, scored a run, had a base hit, and scored a run as well. 1-0, that's going to be down low, 2-0 the count. Should be 1-1 the count, excuse me.
Rebounds after any fastballs going back to curve. 270 mile per hour curve balls start this at bat.
Here's a pitch from Rivas, 1-1, popped up into the air, center field. Moore chasing it down, parks underneath it for out number 3. So 3 outs, leaves 2 runners on base, Hall and Padilla. Power, they're able to score 1 run in the ball game, puts them up 14-0. So it's going to be Braden Schiffner, Sebastian Moore, and Cade Goick, the 3 due up next when we return. Here we are, set top of the 6th inning. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. Braden Schiffner leading things off, batting in the 9 hole as a power lead 14-0, Marshall.
They are just running away with this. They've scored every single inning since they were shut out in the first. Contributing, and every hitter contributing in just about every way you could imagine.
Pitch there from Moda, top of the strike zone, 0-1 the count. For Schiffner, the shortstop, he grounded out in his only plate appearance, Marshall. Last time we saw him, top of the 3rd inning.
And he accounts for 2 of the Bootleggers' 5 errors out in the field.
1-1 the count.
Don Moda can continue to work. Continue to power that mid-80s fastball into the zone.
So 1-2 the count for the shortstop here. Sebastian Moore on deck. .84-mile-per-hour pitch there from Moda. That's going to be fouled back. Count still stands 1-2. Moda gets set, the lefty. Here for the leadoff hitter, top of the 6th inning. Schiffner at the plate. He's going to foul that one back. Behind the net, it's going to be 1-2 the count still.
Miles per hour. Moda bringing the heat.
Slow roller up to Padilla at short, the throw on the run. And Hall extends over there for out number 1. 6-3, mark it down in your books for those keeping score at home. It's going to be Trevor Gruska.
9, Sebastian Moore.
Excuse me, Sebastian Moore. Going to be at the plate, the leadoff hitter.
Sebastian Moore been busy out in center defensively.
So 1 out, nobody on for the Bootleggers. Sebastian Moore is 0 for 2 on the night. Pitch there from Moda, down and away, 1-0.
A little more of the curve there from Moda. That one comes in at 70.
The 1-0, cracked bat up over to Pontoli at second, to throw over to Hall in time for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here, which brings up Trevor Gruska.
Now batting for the Bootleggers, number 5, Trevor Gruska.
Trevor Gruska, freshman out of Andrew College, is batting an even 300 coming into tonight's game.
So he'll be pinch hitting for Cade Goick, who is 0 for 2 on the night. 2 outs, here's a pitch from Moda. Ooh, way upstairs, Gruska leaning out of the way, 1-0 the count.
Moda absolutely locked in. There's nobody in that power bullpen.
That pitch going to get away, 2-0 the count.
Obviously, to say the least, far too lopsided for a save opportunity. Moda might just be allowed to ride out for a few more innings.
2 outs, nobody on, top of the 6th inning, power lead 14-0. Pitch going to be downstairs. 3-1 the count for Trevor Gruska.
Gruska, a patient hitter. He has 8 walks on the year. Only 5 strikeouts.
Here's the 3-1. That's going to get inside for strike 2. fouled back. Count still stands full. So 2 outs, count is full for Trevor Gruska. First time we're seeing him this evening as he's pinch hitting for Cade Gecky. And swung on and miss off the fastball there from Dom Mota. Second strikeout on the day for Mota. Going to retire the inning as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Torrey Sweet, Harrison Pontoli, Miles Rothfarb. 3 due up next when we return. Bottom of the 6th inning. Power lead 14-0. Here we are set bottom of the 6th inning. Power lead 14-0 over the Pioneertown Bootleggers. Leading things off, going to be pinch hitting for Torrey Sweet. It's going to be the pitcher, Evan Shaw.
Evan Shaw swings and misses on that one. He's a relief ace with no earned runs allowed on the season and a whopping 32 strikeouts in just 20.1 innings of work. Again, as a reliever, this is his first at-bat of the year. Let's see what he can do wielding the bat.
So Walla is going to be on the mound for the Bootleggers here, bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 is the count for Shaw. Here's a pitch. Going to be down and inside. 2-1 the count for the relief pitcher, Evan Shaw. As we're going to see two pitchers in the three due up next. Shaw, and then there's Pontoli, who's on deck. This is going to be now 2-2 count for Shaw. And then Miles Rothfarb, another relief pitcher. We saw him in the bottom of the fourth. So two pitchers in the 1-2-3. Should be fun to watch. As a power up 14-0. Pitch down low. Full count now for Evan Shaw.
Really great takes for a first half bat, especially. Walla. All fastballs so far. Between 86 and 88. It's got really electric stuff.
As Shaw going to get some good contact, fouling it back. The count still stands 3-2. Pontoli on deck. First time we're seeing Shaw. First at bat of the season for Evan Shaw. Still fouls it back. You love to see aggressiveness, and so does the power dugout, as they're cheering him on to our left.
All fastballs from Walla. Shaw keeping up with them. That was the outcome. Strong first at bat.
Here's the 3-2. Shaw gonna rip that one up through for a base
Got
hit
it!
for Evan Shaw. So Shaw gets on. First base hit of the season in his first at bat, and the power dugout just erupted.
In a night where you're seeing the power offense contributing in just about every way imaginable, we see a reliever get his first hit of the season. It's only fitting.
So Harrison Pontoli looking to get his first base hit of the day. He advanced off an error, the bottom of the first, walked in the second, and then flew out in the third and fourth inning. A pitch there from Walla, fastball inside, 0-1 count for Pontoli. The second baseman this evening for the Power. Here's the 0-1. Down low, in the dirt, 1-1 the count as Walla is going to be on the mound for the first time here in the ball game. A lot of base hit to Evan Shaw. On deck, it's the other relief pitcher, Miles Rothfarb. As that's going to be hit over into foul territory. Making the diving attempt over, it's Bretza. Was unable to grab the ball there, so count's going to be 1-2.
Looks like he might have tripped over the bullpen pitcher's mound there. One and two. Walla. All fastballs.
Yeah.
1-2 is the count for Pontoli. Looking for his first base hit, Shaw. As that's going to get away, Shaw's going to trot his way over to second. Going to advance there. Off the pass ball. So 2-2 the count for Pontoli. It's a power up 14-0 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. No outs, popped up into the air. Moore in shallow center. And he's going to be able to hang on to that as Schiffner jumps over him at the same time. So one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Now batting for the Power, designated hitter number 9, Miles Rothfarb.
And that's Rothfarb again.
Pitch there from Walla, going to be 1-0 the count to Miles Rothfarb. Another relief pitcher here in the Palm Springs Power roster. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Evan Shaw over in scoring position on second.
Now let's see if we can get another first. One reliever driving in another.
Here's a pitch from Walla as that's hit up over in the right field. And that's going to drop foul. So 1-1 the count for Rothbard. He's 0 for 1 on the evening.
And again, these fastballs from Walla clocking in the mid to high 80s. These are not. We've seen a lot of these bootlegger pitchers with really low velocity, but Walla's got heat.
That's going to be chopped up over. Up over to Gruska at second. That's going to be out number 2. But that's going to advance Evan Shaw 90 feet away from home as a power looking to build on top of this monstrous lead that they have.
Can we bring a relief pitcher home? Now one of the newer figures of the offense, Deshaun Thomas, with the chance to do just that.
Thomas was walked in his first plate appearance in the bottom of the 4th. He was walked there and then grounded out in the 5th. 0-1 the count for him with 2 outs, 1 runner on. That's going to be fouled off as Thomas down on the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Walla. That's going to be fouled off again. Early swing there from Deshaun Thomas.
Jump on that fastball.
That's going to be a broken bat. Slow roller up to Beckley at second. And he's out at first. Just barely, maybe half a step.
Close play. Power still lead 14-0. We'll be back in a bit.
There's the power. They're unable to score a run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The first time they haven't scored a run since the bottom of the 1st inning. And we'll be back after this. Power lead 14-0. Xander Bretza, he's going to lead things off here. Top of the 7th inning. Don Mota going to be on the mound. We're going to close it out here in the top of the 7th inning. Possibly go 1, 2, 3 here. As Bretza, he's 1 for 2 on the day. Only hitter for the Bootleggers to get a base hit. That's going to be popped up into the air, and that's going to be out number 1 there. Quick play over from Torrey Sweet in center field.
And this score holds up. This would be the second most lopsided victory of the year for the Power. The only bigger run differential coming back on June 29th, 19-2 win over the PSCL.
So 1 out. Nobody on here, top of the 7th inning. Big swing and a miss there, 0-1 the count. Don Moda, he's at the plate. Or excuse me, he's on the mound. Braxton Riley, he's at the plate.
Moda just dialed in.
So Riley, he's going to be pinch hitting for Kai Pagano in 0 for 2.
Braxton Riley batting .214 coming into the season. Managed an RBI.
So 1 and 2 the count for Riley.
And an RBI and a triple in his last game. Don Moda working quick. Look at him. Again, we're likely going to be closing it out here.
With Nathan Beckley on deck, here's the 1-2. And swung on and missed. Goes down Riley. So 2 quick outs here. Top of the 7th inning brings up Nathan Beckley. Beckley's been on base twice, both times due to error. The lefty here for that's going to go inside for strike 1. Don Moda, the lefty, going up against Nathan Beckley, the lefty. So a little bit of lefty on lefty action here, Marshall. In the top of the 7th inning, it's a power lead 14-0. As that's going to paint the black around home plate. 0-2 the count for Beckley.
Moda mixing up, starting with the 64-mile-per-hour curve and then back to the 86-mile-per-hour fastball. Working the edges of the zone brilliantly this inning. And that'll do it!
As that's going to be out number 3. And Beckley goes down swinging, and that's going to be the end of the game. The Power get the victory 14-0.
Be sure to join us tomorrow for the first round of the PSCL playoffs.
And Marshall, what a strong game from the Power start to finish. The Power get a huge victory here tonight. They advanced 16-2 on the season.
An incredible display. Everyone contributed. An amazing effort all around. A strong start from Garrett Maloney setting the tone. Don Moda with a dominantly closing it out in relief. An absolutely overwhelming display by the Power. What a win.
So Marshall, tomorrow, PSCL playoffs begin. We got some games in the morning and an evening game here. We'll be on the call for the morning games. In the evening games, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is a PSCL playoff, so make sure to tune into that as well. Next time the Power play will be on Saturday against the San Diego Stars. So make sure to tune into the PSCL playoffs. We'll see you guys then. Thank you for tuning in. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Marshall Garvey, I'm George Hathaway. Power get the 14-0 victory. Thank you for tuning in and have a great night.